welcome to KHC Couples Devotional for the 12th of June 2021. And today's topic is how to recognize emotional and adulterous affairs. This morning, I would like to share with you how to recognize if you are going too far in a marriage. This morning, I would like to share with you how to recognize if you are going too far in a marriage. There is no child of God that outrightly proceeds into an adulterous relationship. It is usually a subtle happenstance, an innocent friendship, albeit the subtlety and innocence would never be an excuse for compromise. There is a difference between a platonic friendship and a romantic relationship. When you have a platonic relationship with another married person, there would be no qualms. But the moment the relationship crosses the line from platonic to romantic, there would be issues and one can be easily trapped. An emotional affair is just a step before a full-blown affair, and it is as sinful as adultery. The question then is, at what point does a friendship cross from platonic to romantic? 1. When that which ought to be kept secret between you and your spouse is divulged to the other person. This is the first sign that you are playing with fire. When a married person begins to share with you what ought to be secrets between him and his spouse, it is a good place to run away. Or when, as a married person, you begin to share with that young single lady what ought to be the exclusive reserve of you and your spouse, you are crossing the line and trying to hug some fire. Also, when a married woman begins to look forward to seeing a single male friend, adultery is knocking. When you catch yourself fantasizing or daydreaming about somebody else apart from your spouse, you are traveling beyond the platonic into the romantic. And definitely something will soon happen that might culminate into regret later. 3. When you start discussing your marital problems with somebody else. As single ladies or guys, when a married person of the opposite sex starts discussing his marital issues or starts reporting his spouse, the conversation is probably going too far. You might be feeling cool that the person trusts you to divulge such prized information, but if you are not careful, emotions would soon be involved. You might even have the righteousness complex where you become a counselor trying to encourage him or her. The problem is that compassion can turn into confusion very quickly. It is all a ploy when a married person stands before you like he or she needs help from you. What wisdom does a 35-year-old married man need from a single, beautiful 23-year-old girl? Where are the pastors and counselors? It is a trap. At what point did you become a counselor? Did you read guidance and counseling in school? Many people have attempted to counsel others like that and ended up canceling their destinies. 4. When you are convinced that your supposed friend understands you better than your spouse, you have crossed the line and you are about to desecrate your marital covenant if you do so. As singles, if any married person ever verbalized such lies to you that he wished he had married you before meeting his wife, it is time to use your legs and run away. Otherwise, you might be cooking the kind of food you don't want to eat. Or he tells you that you are so caring and understanding, unlike his spouse. Don't believe such lies. It is usually an attempt to have an inroad into your emotions and eventually get in between your legs. Don't sit down there sheepishly listening to such gibberish. Stand up and take charge of your life and destiny by running away. You see, when the Bible says flee, it is not the time to say let's reason together. 5. When a married person develops a bond with another person at the detriment of his own marriage, there will be you fight and frown with your own spouse every day and you go out and play with others outside or at work. You are setting up yourself for destruction when you do that. In time, you will compromise unless you change your ways and ask God to help you. In that scenario, the devil is clearly at work. When you find yourself in any of these traps, you need to confront yourself and seek help quickly. You need to communicate with your spouse. You see, the golden rule is that there will always be problems when you stop talking with your spouse. Good morning. Meditation for the day, Matthew chapter 5, verse 28. But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Prayer for the day. 1. Pray for the Lord. Pray that the Lord will give you a sharp focus on your spouse. 2. Kill every emotional affair in your marriage. 3. Declare peace and unity in your home. Confession for the day. My eyes stay only on my spouse. I block every valve of emotional affair in my heart. There is no room for another in my heart. My marriage is a blessing to my generation. We live for each other. The Lord is in the midst of our marriage, and He is exalted. Action plan for the day. Check your heart for traces of emotional affair.
We'd like you to partner with us in Cases and Us Club. To do so, kindly use the banking information you see on the screen. And for international givings, please navigate to the URL you see on the screen at casesandus.com/give. God bless you as you do so. This devotional is taken from our books for single married, and these books are available on Amazon and on Kada Books. In order to access the books, kindly navigate to the URL you see on the screen at casesandus.com/books. If you live in the city of Ibadan, we'd like you to worship with us at Shouts of Grace Center. It's at Joker Plaza, beside Trans Amusement Park, Bodija UI Road, in the city of Ibadan. On Sundays, we have 2 services by 7:30 and 9 o'clock, and by Wednesdays, 6 p.m. It will be our pleasure to have you. Kindly follow us on Cases and Us Club at casesandus.com. You'll have a lot of resources for your soul.